Ready?
We don't do that anymore. Let's hop into it.
We don't do that, man. We go right into it nowadays. True North Views Podcast, episode 90. Toronto's unofficial podcast discussing hip-hop and hip-hop culture. R&B, of course, included as well. It's your boy Harris here.
You know me? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Skirt Master, Mr. Triple Double No Assist. Stealing 64 mil from the Toronto Transit Commission because I'm hopping that turnstile. And I tell you I'm an NBA champion. Shout out to me and Toronto Raptors. My name is Just Shola. And as usual, we are giving you our views from the perspective of a couple of first-generation Canadians.
First-generation Torontonians on top of that. And let me throw a couple of these in there for you.
I don't know how I thought the bomb was coming.
How convenient is fucking that?
So imagine like 5 Cardis. That would be so annoying.
Damn. Now, before we get the show started, of course, let's get the plug going. You can follow us on all platforms at True North Views. That's going to be on YouTube, on Instagram, as well as on Twitter. Twitter, you will find the most activity from us, random tweeting, random liking, random retweeting, hashtag of the day, topic of the day, whatever it may be. Just know that there is about a 90% likelihood that it happened while I was
back home smoking legal.
Meditating.
Meditation, you see, is very important.
It is.
It teaches you 2 things. It teaches you awareness. Teaches you acceptance. And if
you
you can get those 2 things down, you get these Twitter fingers off.
Surprisingly, when you are back home meditating, your awareness is
back home meditating.
Your awareness is pretty low.
Well, no, it depends on what kind of meditation you do.
Okay, that's true.
Some meditations make you super alert. Super aware.
Mm-hmm.
Other meditations are more sedative in nature.
Makes sense.
I'm saying? So
it all depends on what you're doing.
Let's get the show started. Is there anything else for the plug that I'm forgetting?
Nope, there is something I do want to say.
Please go ahead.
Thank you to everyone that is listening to us right now.
Jeez.
Thank you to everyone that has listened to us in the past.
Jeez.
And thank you to everyone that will listen to us in the future.
Jeez.
Episode 90.
It's episode 90, man. It's definitely
10
going
away
to
from
be
100.
A good one. 10 away from a hundo P. You know what I'm saying?
Hundo P.
How was your week, though?
Basic ass shit.
Damn.
Oh, I bought a pair of shoes. So,
Jeez.
Shout out to Black Cat 4s, That's in the mail somewhere. Should be here by Thursday.
What?
Black Cat 4s.
Is that some Jordan shit?
They are Jordan 4s, all black.
I don't fuck with Jordan.
Sexy as hell. We know you're contrarian. Yo, how was your week, though?
Week was very eventful. Oh, I got my water. Unbranded.
Not sponsored as usual.
Unbranded. For now. You know what I'm saying?
But, if you want to see, you can put your name there if you...
You could put your name there. You definitely could put your name there. And that's actually going to be a great
transition,
unintentional segue to how my week started. So I want to give a shout out to the supplier of this beautiful t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. Just know that if you want to see this t-shirt, you got to check out our YouTube.
We're not going to say anything about it.
We're not going to say anything about it.
But shout out to the sponsor. We got
you know what I'm saying?
We got to say their name.
Got to talk about it a little bit. But I want to shout them out. Their name is Noble Authority.
Shout out to Noble Authority.
They are on Instagram, I believe, by the same name. Let me just look that up here.
Toronto made.
They are on Instagram by the name of nobleauthority.co.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
CO because it's a company, I suppose.
CO because it's cheaper.
Because it's allegedly cheaper. I don't know. I don't quite know. But salute to them. They make really some fantastic clothing. Toronto-based company.
That's support your own. Hey, hold up. And not say it matters, but are they colored folks?
I don't know. I think so.
Just wondering,
I think so.
We're all about supporting our own over here.
Haven't had a chance to meet the owner creator as of yet.
Not that it matters, but it should matter. But
we have gone back and forth in some discussion. He will be a future guest.
Hey, shout out to what's his name?
I don't know yet.
Well, shout out to the president, CEO, founder of Noble Authority.
Just call him Noble Authority. Shout out to Noble Authority.
Shout out to Noble Authority.
Especially when he does, or he or she, or they
come
on the podcast. Definitely looking forward to how that discussion unfolds. And like I said, I'm definitely going to support their site. They have this really good looking.
Oh, that's hard.
I'm going to get a hoodie in that. It's
that's
a 6. Can't see that. I don't know if you can see that.
Probably show it to this one. Would that be easier?
Is this on? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
But yeah, I gotta see. Watch. Go to the YouTube to see which shirt we are thinking of buying.
Yeah, so I'm getting the hoodie of that,
the hoodie
and
version.
I mean, whoever again owns it, Noble Authority. They
get
gave
discount
me
code?
a little discount code.
Does it work more than once?
I'm gonna give it to you as well.
All right, okay,
As for
hop
the
on this.
listeners, visit nobleauthority.co. They go by that name on Instagram. That is also their website, nobleauthority.co. If you're feeling the threads that I'm wearing, if you just want some Toronto merch or Toronto swag in your closet,
Who doesn't?
then take a look at what they have to offer. And I definitely appreciate them supplying this. They supplied it super quick. My guy was like, "Yo, I got my guy doing some runs in Brampton right now. I can bring that right now."
Same day delivery.
I was
So
like-
that's good ass service too.
I was like, "Shit, run it."
That's good service.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
So I appreciate that. Salute to you. Definitely shout out to you. Otherwise, what else happened in my week? I officially started my grow. I officially started my grow. So let me give myself
the new meditation cycle.
for the new
Back home smoking legal.
Meditating.
off your own supply, if you know what I mean. You know what I
Meditate
mean.
off your own supply.
But yeah, man, I started it. I
That's
started it
nice.
from inception this time, so from the seed. Like,
Ooh.
remember back in the day when they would make you put a seed in a damp paper towel and some Jack and the Beanstalk shit? No,
Never did that shit.
never went to school here. It's okay.
Never did
happened.
that shit.
But you never grown a seed before, my nigga?
Nah, I'm not into the outside, man.
Damn.
I'm an indoor person.
Damn.
I've grown
Damn.
a basketball team in 2K.
Shit, man. But anyways, I grew it from seed this time. 4 plants, 2 Gorilla Glue,
Hey.
2 Girl Scout cookies.
Hey, those are 2 big strains.
So hopefully it all goes well. It started well so far. I've never
Okay.
done this before from this point of reference, and
gonna
it's
learn?
turning out well so far. So let's see how that
You
goes.
live and you learn, man.
And another thing that happened is I got to tell this Obama story.
You got to finish because you started and you're like, nah.
Yeah, I got to tell the Obama story. I ended up telling you guys I'm going to say it on the pod.
Yes, you did.
During pre-production, and boy, oh boy, is it a pre-production today. Because
shout out, or we'll shout out after this.
Nah, shout out to 4K Pauly.
Shout out to 4K
Shout out
Pauly.
to 4K.
Can't see him.
Come in the frame. Paul, you can't come in the frame. 4K Pauly. 4K Pauly.
Whichever one you
come
want to be.
come like here.
I'm getting in the.
Oh, are you that one? No, come on this one, man. You're on the main cam. There's
Shout
the
out to
guy,
4K Pauly.
You already know what it
with
is.
the visuals.
That's our guy here. Shout out to 4K Pauly for the visuals. You can follow him at 4K Pauly Polly
Yes.
on Instagram.
Good
4K
picks, man.
Pauly.
Good picks, man. You won't be
Definitely
disappointed.
follow that account. But yeah, I got to finish that Obama story.
Yeah,
So
I'm waiting.
I'll go back to the beginning for the listeners, right? So on January 23rd, Barack Obama was in fact in Toronto.
Hey.
He was, I think, speaking at an event for like entrepreneurs and
Okay.
or professionals or something along those
Yeah.
lines, young professionals, something like that. And I remember when I went to the Canadian Media Innovation Showcase.
Yeah, with Rooks and
Yeah,
the
so
other
that
guy.
was mid-December. I think December 11th, I think it was. And
Director X.
during Director X, yes.
Yes.
During that moment, one of the speakers, I won't say which one, at a respective anonymity,
Yeah.
one of them said, "Yeah, you have been granted one free ticket or
To see OBeezy.
to see OBeezy." You know what I'm saying? Barack OBeezy, Barry OBeezy,
Barry OBeezy.
Barry
out
OBeezy. You know what I'm saying? DM me for more details and you'll get it, when I send it to you. And I DM'd right away, obviously, and didn't really hear anything for a week, 2 weeks. Didn't think too much of it. It's holiday season,
here. Exactly.
busy person. Any one of the panelists are very busy people. So I didn't think too much of it. January comes around, middle of January comes around. I'm like, oh shit,
It's coming up,
this Barack Obama event is coming right around the
Right
corner. So I kept hitting them up like, yo,
Wagwan.
don't mean to be eager, but go on, man. Just trying to see Barack OBeezy.
Barry.
OBeezy, you know what I'm saying?
My boy Barry up in there.
And ultimately to make that part of the story shorter, they didn't end up responding, unfortunately. So I figured I'm not going to see, Barry OBeezy
Unfortunately.
as a result of that person.
Did you get to see him?
Now, there was another opportunity that came about.
Yeah,
This was a young, a Black professional association. I don't remember exactly which association it is.
Shout out
but
to young Black professionals.
it was, and shout out to the person that sent it to me. Again, I will respect the anonymity.
Mhm.
But shout out to the person that sent it to me because it was some instructions that said, hey, sign up for our student membership, or not students, our youth membership. And youth is anyone below 30.
Okay.
It's free. It's free for the year. Otherwise, it's like $99 for your membership. Let's call it
membership cost.
And as soon as you sign up, email us at this email account. Mention that you just signed up. Ask if you're one of the 5 people selected to get these OBeezy tickets.
Let's go.
And we will respond to you sometime around 9 p.m. to let you know whether or not you got those
This is the day before?
This is the day before.
Jeez.
So I'm thinking in my head,
Chances are low.
Chances are low. Chances are very slim. I think I looked at my phone, or I think I got emailed from them like 11:30. I was super busy. I didn't really, 11:30 at night. Woke up the next day, went to work, just did my own thing. And the Barack thing was between 8 and 3.
Oh, damn.
I work between 9 and 5, obviously, right? So I'm waking up with the mind, go to work, get my day started, whatever. It's probably like, I want to say 12 o'clock at this point. No, sorry, it's probably like 1 o'clock at this point, 1:30. Mind you, I'm busy at work. It's a super busy time at work right now. And I noticed I got an email from them around like 1 a.m.
Ooh.
Congratulations. You're going to see
$5.
OBeezy.
This
And
guy.
I'm like,
this motherfucker.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
This guy could have gone to see OBeezy.
So I could have went to go see Barack Obama. And
boy.
I technically had a ticket to see Barack Obama that I did not use.
Damn.
So I feel really stupid.
Hey, man, it happens to the best
As a result of that, it happens.
You live and you learn.
It's been a great week since. A lot of new cuisine in Toronto that I'm tested out.
You're being privy to.
That I'm being privy, to that kind of information. I'm just talking shit right now, but like I said, man, you live and you learn with those kinds of things. But to say the least, it's been a very eventful week for me.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm saying
that's hurtful.
I think that's the longest I've ever talked about my week.
I'm about to cry for you.
Shit, yeah, I'm saying. But let's get the show started, though, man. Music Potpourri, of course, is that ultimate segment of the show. It's where we talk about all things hip hop and hip hop culture, hip hop news, R&B included as well in that discussion. We definitely have some shout outs to give. We don't have any Keep It or Leak It's this week. But that is a regular segment of the show as well. And we get into some new music as well as what we actually listened to. So getting into the first topic here, what we got on the docket, I put Vic Mensa for a felony. What go on here? I don't even remember. I think it was some bullshit, if I'm not mistaken.
Speaking of felony,
go ahead.
And this is totally side talk from Vic Mensa. Okay. You hear about what's his face? YG getting arrested in LA, and he's supposed to perform this weekend at the Grammys for Nip.
Wow.
Nip, like what's that thing called? Nip
tribute.
Tribute. Yeah, and now he's locked up on suspicions of robbery.
I was gonna say, what was it? Like
suspicions of robbery.
Did you read anything else on that?
No, I just know they went into his house. They arrested him from his house on suspicions of robbery.
So I mean, let's talk about that. Shit, let me add that to the notes.
I really just remember that right now when you said Vic Mensa felony.
YG 400 arrested right before.
The game says cops are targeting YG for arrest. That's also what brought it to my attention.
Do you believe he's being targeted? I'm just gonna go straight to it.
I feel like,
let's be realistic.
It brought his name to light when people were like, "Hey, YG, yeah, we've seen that name before. YG, oh, his Govey. I don't know what Govey is." And then they go, "No, it's actually Keenan Daquan Ray Jackson."
Okay.
And they go, "Oh wait, hold up, that guy's a suspect because now he's on TV because someone said YG's going to be doing this tribute." And now they say, "Well, now we know who he is. We can find his address." Whoop whoop.
Okay.
Come with us. That's what I think.
So. Is that a yes to the question? Like, do you think he's being do you think
yes, that's a yes.
And your answer's still going to be yes, but let me just get this question out. Do you think the Grammys only gave, I'm going to say us as Black culture, do you think the Grammys only gave us the Nipsey situation to then tear it down right before it happens?
I think they like the Nipsey situation. They don't like YG.
Okay. and I mean, we feel that DJ Khaled probably had a big say in getting some of these names on here. I think he got Meek in this.
Did he? I had no idea.
We don't know for sure, but you would imagine, Khaled has kind of that global, that the quote unquote white people presence.
He does have
in that sense. So he might have some pull to say, "No, I want YG in this. That's Nip's guy."
And the Grammys are probably like, "We don't want YG."
Not a Boogie. Who does he have? Young boy. Your guy, the box. What's it? Roddy Ricch.
Roddy Ricch.
He's part of it, right? So I imagine Khaled has some pull there, but it makes me wonder. Is this intentional? I'm going to lean on the side of yes.
I think it is.
I think this is kind of like a just being petty.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
I think they don't want YG. Like,
let
YG.
me go ahead and just, it'd be
YG
a shame
has
if,
a certain energy.
It's like, it'd be a shame if
YG wasn't
their
there.
performance would be interrupted somehow.
That's exactly how I feel it is. Because again, YG brings a certain kind of energy with his music. It's not Roddy Ricch music. It's not Meek Mill music necessarily. It's more quote unquote
and he has a
gangster
song
related.
called "Fuck Donald Trump."
Yes,
and that will always, if the cops are on his side or law enforcement is on Donnie's side, then we know that's always going to be an issue.
think this was a strategic, although it says right now, it just said 4 hours ago he's been released. But again, I still think this was a strategic.
he could
under house arrest all of a sudden.
He's been released probably because he has good lawyers, not because they weren't intending to fuck him up. You know what I'm saying?
He can afford lawyers.
I'm with that. I mean, speaking of bullshit,
what was the Vic Mensa one? Do you know what that was about?
Vic Mensa arrested for felony. I need you to hear felony.
Okay.
Possession of brass knuckles.
Oh yeah, brass knuckles. That makes sense.
Felony though.
Yeah, they're serious about brass knuckles.
Why?
Fam, they're serious about brass knuckles. I don't know why, but Americans are serious about brass knuckles. Like, that's a big crime, carrying brass knuckles.
So this was in California. This happened January 19th. He was arrested and found to be in possession of brass knuckles, which are illegal in California. The incident occurred in Glendale and started when police spotted... see how it always starts on some bullshit? It started when they spotted him making an unsafe turn on a motorcycle.
Man, how they shot a man because they stopped him because his light was out. Next you know, you're getting killed.
That's all I need to say.
They have any excuse to pull you over.
You know what I'm saying? He was pulled over and eventually searched during the pat down. Eventually searched.
So when you get pulled over, how's he getting searched? Shouldn't you just be like, yo, here's your ticket, go about your way? Why are you getting searched?
During the pat down, authorities reportedly recovered a set of brass knuckles. Vic was arrested and charged with felony possession of brass knuckles and later released on a $20,000 bond.
Hey man, when they want to see you down, they're going to do anything.
I was going to say cue the music at that point because that is unfortunate.
That's a perfect way to end it.
That's very unfortunate for Vic Mensa though, man. But prayers to Vic Mensa. You definitely hope that this is not. I mean, it doesn't sound like it kind of further impacted him. $20,000 bond. Hopefully, it's not a thing for him to pay that. Hopefully, he makes enough money musically to do that. Hopefully. You never know. 20 racks.
Exactly.
That's a lot of cash flow to ask of anyone. It's 20 racks. Say what you will. But let's move on to some more positive stuff. Linking to negative stuff because I missed that Barry OBeezy. I was gonna name the episode like All Black Everything though.
That's not a bad name.
But Barry OBeezy, I don't know.
It's hard.
I don't know. Let me write both.
Write both
because I don't know which one I want to do yet. Barry OBeezy or All Black Everything. I was gonna do Men in Black, but that's kind of lame.
Yeah, and that feels like too.
That's childish.
Yeah.
Gambino. Speaking of Obama, I want to talk about Michelle Obama. She released her workout playlist.
Yes,
so she said it's about that time when New Year's resolutions are a bit harder to stick to. Offer a little bit of inspiration, I want to share with you my go-to workout playlist. These songs always seem to give me that extra boost to get through my toughest workouts. What is on your playlist? What stands out to you here? What caught your eye?
Kirk Franklin first caught my eye.
I'm with that.
Okay. No. Like, I'm good. I'm like, it's not something you see on anyone's album. I'm like, yo, that's sick, though.
I think it was, I think the Kanye Sunday service I accidentally worked out to once. And I'm like, fuck it.
It's not bad.
I'm rolling. So,
with you with those workouts.
3005, I Get It by Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
My Money, My Baby by Burna Boy.
So she knows good music.
Yep. Click. Okay.
That's a big track. She had 2 Anderson .Paak tracks there too. She said she put Clean in there.
Yeah.
It's not the dirty version.
She put the Clean for sure. Ape Shit by the Carters. Clean. Press. Cardi don't need no press. What else is on here?
Tambourine. Shake a tambourine going.
By Eve?
Number 1. Yes. Wow. It's right there under Beyonce.
Wow.
Toast by Coffee. Damn.
Oh, she has she put it in the cool down section. So the cool down section got
LMA 24/7.
Godspeed by Frank Ocean.
Snow Allegra's on this list.
Damn, I Want You Around. That is a cool down. I can incline walk to I Want You Around. I can see that.
Caesar. Damn, that cool down's hard though.
Cool down's kind of hard. It's an interesting playlist workout.
It is.
Workout playlist, I mean, because it's like it's not just like super amped.
It's not.
It's like different kind of amped.
I kind of want to try this one day.
I don't.
Sky.
I don't know.
I kind of want to try it.
It's alright. That's all I really.
I feel like
had.
I've seen better.
That's all I had on Michelle Obama.
Obama had a playlist recently too that he came out with. I can't remember what it was.
I think I saw that. I don't remember though.
But shout out to the OBeezys.
Shout out to the OBeezy.
Let's see what's on Malia's playlist.
She probably has the most lit playlist. She probably has a bunch of Jaden Smith on there. And Willow. And all that kind of stuff.
Next topic.
I need to talk about the next Oprah for a second.
Who's the next Oprah? Because that's big.
Rihanna.
She's the next Oprah? In what way? Because I'm thinking of talk show host.
You're thinking about talk show host?
So that's when you say Oprah, that's what I'm thinking of. Talk show host.
Well, funny that you mentioned that, sir, because Rihanna interviews Tarana Burke, Lena Waithe, Young M.A., and more in her new Rihannazine project.
Oh, shit.
So Rihanna has come to take over the talk show game. Rihanna is about to take over. I'm trying to see here. Rihanna is putting her hand in several bags, including her latest new collaboration with ID, titled Rihannazine. The new project, which is curated and co-rated by Riri herself, includes several interviews that feature a well-known leader who are progressively reshaping the communities across fashion, music, art, and activism.
Hey, shout out to Riri, man. We always say
creating a more inclusive and diverse future. Rihanna said per ID. Some of the interviewees include Me Too founder Tarana Burke, Rico Nasty's on there. Shout out to her. Young M.A., Skylar Diggins, and more.
That's your girl.
The magazine took to Twitter to announce the new feature with a caption that read, so it's going to be in a magazine, ID, like I mentioned. All the interviewees were asked the same series of questions. I like that. One of which was, what would you consider to be your biggest failure? And as an example, Brooklyn rapper Young M.A., she said that she has no failures. I don't think anything I've done is a failure. I don't understand why anybody would think that anything that they learned from was a failure. It is what it is. I don't believe I failed at anything. No failures.
What? I always say they should change that W. You know, it says W and L, win and loss. It should be win and learn. Don't take it.
Hold on. Come on. You can't give me that kind of bars, man. You're giving me bars.
You see it as a negative. You see it as a learn. You see it as a positive.
Damn.
So learn from your mistakes, and that's it.
You're going off.
Shout out to Young M.A. That was bars.
And shout out to Rihanna. I do like this. I think Rihanna is a great voice for this. And I'll be honest with you, I think she got some inspiration from Ari Lennox.
Ari Lennox is doing a talk show or something?
She did like a talk feature with Summer Walker. I don't know if you remember that at all. Like, seeing it on the timeline anywhere. But again, I'm not going to try to make a case out of that. But it's interesting to see someone like an Ari Lennox who is an artist, someone like a Rihanna who is an artist, can make that happen with the talk show side of things.
And they have the connections. We're
seeing podcasts increase with the type of people podcasting, former rappers, former NBA players, former this, former that, active this, active that. So shit, the more the merrier. Hey, welcome to the club. If you can pull out a great conversation from your guest, and it has to do with your status, like a Angie Ma can get a great interview, a Charlemagne can get a great interview, a Joe Budden can get a great interview. Because of your status, then I'm for it. Yeah, I want to hear what Young M.A. has to say, because she was throwing bars. I want to hear what Sky Dig has to say about activism and everything else that she's doing. So
it's a different light we don't get to see all the time, especially on the female side. No diss to male or females, but I don't see the female side as much as I see the men's side. You gotta watch Red Table Talk, man. Yeah, I know, I know. I'm not a big fan of Jada Pinkett though.
You're not?
I feel like she feels so fake on that.
You think she panders?
Yeah, really? That's what I think. Like, that's watching. Like, I watched like one or two episodes. I'm like it just feels so fake. Like, you're trying to force this nice woman.
I'm gonna say I think I know what you mean, but I think what she's trying to do is, and maybe you don't like this part, she's trying to use every single part of the show as a teaching moment. And I think at certain points you just want just talk, just be real, just be real. Yeah, like, not even real, but just don't teach.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't teach for a second.
It's okay to not have to learn.
I get what you mean. 2 seconds. I definitely get what you mean. Let's talk about Kodak Black.
Yes, sir.
Kodak Black, man. Kodak Black is in the news. I think he's still in jail.
Damn.
Now he has spoken out, and it's kind of gross.
Yeah, I heard.
Very gross. I believe everything Kodak is saying.
Me too.
It's nasty. Let me just play it
exactly,
and yeah,
we'll go from there.
Also, a South Florida rapper claiming he is being abused behind bars. He says correctional officials and inmates are behind this troubling treatment.
And now he's hired a high-profile lawyer to fight his case. And 7's Jessica Holly is in downtown Miami. Jessica?
The mother of rapper Kodak Black has requested the help of Benjamin Crump after these allegations of civil rights violations behind the walls of federal prison. Let's go to some video. These allegations coming in the form of social media posts from the rapper himself. His real name is Bill Capri. He's currently serving nearly 4 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to weapons charges. In the posts on Instagram, he alleges he's been beaten, starved, denied medical care, and more. His mother and his attorneys say they scheduled a meeting to talk to Capri and do what they're calling a welfare check. But they say when they got to the facility in Southwest Miami-Dade this morning, they were told he was at that moment on a bus to another prison in Kentucky. They want to know why.
I'm gonna stop it there. It has another minute to it, but you really get the gist of the conversation from that. It's gross. Mm-hmm. You know, like we said, it's super gross, super nasty. Of law enforcement, we're not surprised at all. Kodak is a young, black, successful man.
More money than they do.
Shit, is no surprise there. But you know, pray for him.
Exactly.
That's all you really say. You know, really pray for Kodak. And I do like that he has taken this legal action. I do like that I heard the words, you know, civil. What was it? I forget the exact words, but I like the extent to which he's taking it, because now you're really questioning your rights as a
you still have rights even though you are in jail. You
exactly.
still have rights. You're still a human being.
Exactly. So again, man, pray for Kodak. That's all really we can say on that. Speaking of praying, boy, oh boy, do we got to pray for not the Grammys, but just the people involved. Really, just the people involved. I'm not going to say the Grammys, but just the people involved. I wanted to take a look at a statistical breakdown of the Grammys this year.
What's it breaking down? Like,
it didn't really intrigue me, but I will still talk about it. It's breaking down between major and indie and between male and female category by category. So let me just accept the cookie policy on my phone.
You gotta accept that shit.
So I can take a look. So let's take a look here. So in terms of all nominees, 68% of them are on a major label.
Okay.
32% of them are on an indie label.
Okay.
66% of them are male.
Mm-hmm.
And 34%, of course, is female.
Yep.
Who's blue on this thing here?
Blue is male.
No, the all the nominations, 32% I guess are elsewhere. 27% is Universal.
That 32 is indie.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
And then what WME is 17%, and I don't know what that other one is.
You know what I tried to do? Universal Music Group, UMG.
Yeah.
You know, remember we talked about Danny Moon 070 Shake, and we were reviewing her album, and we were just talking about it.
Yeah.
I tried posting me talking about it on Instagram, blocked.
Wait, why?
Because you may be using material that is copyrighted. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
about?
I'm talking about the album.
An album?
I wonder if it's the album cover.
Still, why wouldn't you want your album cover out there?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? What is that?
I don't know. I've never experienced being blocked on Instagram by UMG to nobody can see this. So it's on our profile, but no one can look at it.
That's messed up.
Anyways, record of the year, 88% from a major. That tells you a lot. Majors work with the Grammys.
They do.
12% from indie. 50% male, 50% female. Very interesting there.
Okay.
Best
This
new...
over the years or just this year?
This is this year.
Okay.
The 2020 Grammy specifically.
Gotcha.
Best new artist, we have 86% major, 14% indie, 43% male, 57% female. So that's very interesting.
The best new artist is a major, signed to a major. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are we not surprised there?
Interesting. Best pop vocal album is all major. And is almost all female.
See, best rap album?
Best rap album,
all major, all male.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
So, I mean, I thought that was somewhat intriguing, but I do want to talk about the other sort of story that's going on with the Grammys here.
Which is?
And this is on the eve of music's biggest night. The Grammys are in a crisis. Tell me
What's the
more.
crisis?
If the Recording Academy truly values a diverse membership, it must be transparent in its dealings. Right? This is a guest editorial by Mark Tavern. This is on DJ Booth, so I just want to make sure I, shout out the right people. So things went nuclear. This person named Duggan, I think her name is Debbie Duggan, Deborah Duggan, if I'm not mistaken. She's the president and CEO of the Recording Academy.
Okay, is that who makes the Grammy noms?
I mean, I don't know if it's the one person, but
that's
that camp.
Yeah, there we
for
go.
lack of a better word. Deborah had been placed on administrative leave.
For what?
And she was the CEO and president, so it's saying a lot, and that's the Academy. Right. In the days since, additional details have come to light, making the situation appear worse and worse. Dugan, she filed a discrimination complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission against the Recording Academy, and she's alleging the following of the Grammys.
Oh, okay,
right?
Let's go.
The previous CEO, his name is Neil Portnow, although he's the previous CEO, and his name is Portnow. Get it? Let me give myself that.
That was a good one.
Had been accused of raping a performing artist. That information had been withheld from the board members before voting on a $750,000 consulting fee that he received after he left his job in disgrace.
So I'm going to say something. So she just coming up with all this right now.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck because you knew and you didn't say shit until it was going to be looked back, until you wanted to look better for yourself.
Okay, now...
Like, don't get me... I'm not saying what he did was right.
No,
but
I get
you are
that.
just as bad for trying to use this to better yourself.
But let me play the other side of it, because I don't think we have to ask the question of how wholesome is Deborah.
I don't care about how wholesome Deborah is.
No, hear my point. Okay, when you're with the institution, you're just as nasty as them.
Mm-hmm.
When you're released from the institution and you tell about how the institution really is, I'm still praising you.
I'm still praising.
Because now I don't care if you're
now
nasty,
it feels
but
like
I'm not trying to look at Deborah in a better light.
I see what you're saying.
I'm just trying to be informed.
Yeah, but thanks for letting it out there, but you're still a shitty person because you still knew about it, and if it wasn't because of what they did to you, this is almost like revenge.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing this in revenge. You're not doing this out of the goodness of your heart.
No.
You're doing that revenge, so get the fuck out of here, Deborah.
Damn, son. Let me read the rest. She was the victim of sexual harassment.
Deborah was?
Yes. I mean, you can still have the same views.
they paid you off. You kept quiet. I don't know.
It is the True North views, after all. She was the victim of sexual harassment by Joel Katz, the Academy's general counsel and former board member. The organization maintained no staff attorney, but instead they chose to overpay outside law firms by millions of dollars. Rampant conflicts of interest exist among those outside law firms, the Academy board members, and the artists that they represent. Board members received payments in connection with the work that they were supposed to be doing as volunteers. That's important to note.
No surprise.
The Academy employees had leveled multiple accusations of racial discrimination.
No surprise.
No surprise. Hear this part out. I'm thinking about Macklemore when I hear this. The nominating and voting processes are rigged.
Get out of here.
Pretends to be shocked.
What?
They're rigged with secret committees, conflicts of interest, and self-dealing taking place throughout, often to give preference to white artists over their non-white counterparts. The allegations against her by a subordinate were fabricated in retaliation for bringing all of this to light. It goes on. It talks about, of course, the infamous Kendrick losing. I'm not even going to say Kendrick because shit, anyone was deserving.
Yeah, Macklemore was not supposed to win.
444 came out that year. Damn came out that year.
I wish I could find what was nominated in that.
I remember that year because I said to myself, I think Rhapsody was nominated that year. I could be wrong.
No, it wasn't Damn. It wasn't Damn year. It was I think it was Good Kid, Mad City year.
It wasn't Good Kid.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
That's 2014.
That was I swear. 2014 Grammys.
Put Macklemore Grammy winner. It's 2016. It's not 2014.
Okay, it wasn't.
And 2014 is not even when Good Kid, Mad City came out. Is it? I feel stupid right now.
I can't remember. Bare stuff comes out. We can't. 2014.
Okay, I'll give you that. Shit, no, you're right.
So he won Best Album for The Heist, which was not the best album. Who was nominated that year? Trying to open the shit quickly.
So I'll read something else here. So Dugan was hired to replace the organization's former head, Neil Portnow, after he offered a tone-deaf response when he when he was asked to comment on why Alessia Cara, who won for Best New Artist at the time, was the only woman to accept an on-screen award during the 2018 show as a whole. Damn. Alessia Cara was the only woman to accept an award on camera. They're nasty. It's being proven that they're nasty. That's really all I have to say about that.
2014 here.
Do we have an answer to that?
Yeah, so Daft Punk, Random Access Memories, this is best album, not even best rap album. Sorry.
No, we got to load up the best rap album.
Yeah, I thought this was sorry about that.
It's okay, shit happens. Bad Googler, but I mean,
I wasn't reading it.
Comes with the territory.
I just thought it was the right one.
Shit happens, man. Let's see here. I don't see nothing there. Oh, the nominees were Common, Nobody Smiling,
okay. Black Hollywood by Wiz Khalifa, Oxymoron by Schoolboy Q. This one that should definitely. Oh, what? This was not the year he won it.
Man, we moving on.
Yeah, it's not the year he won it. It's the wrong year.
This guy's the worst Googler.
No, it's 2014.
I mean, listen, man. Sometimes you gotta just accept things for what they are. But no, the Grammys are nasty. Like I said, this proves it. Again, I do like the speaking out. I don't care if it had to come at a nasty cause. I don't care if Deborah Dugan is just as nasty as they are. Mm-hmm. I just like that what we know to be true has been said. Is Deborah Dugan white? It sounds
probably
white.
With the last name like that.
She sounds white. So you like to hear that from a white person. Yeah, and if she was president and CEO, of course she's white. What am I saying?
Exactly. All the Grammy things too.
Yeah,
recordings. And now I got the proper list out. So Macklemore won. Drake, Nothing Was the Same. Should have won. Over this.
Announce them all, and we'll talk about who should have won.
Jay-Z, Magna Carta, Holy Grail.
Okay.
Yeezus, Kanye West.
Okay.
And Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I give that to Good Kid.
Give it to Good Kid over Macklemore.
Nothing Was the Same or Good Kid?
Oh, Good Kid. No, it's still Good Kid, but over Macklemore, he's the only.
Macklemore is in 7th place on that list.
And there's only 4. There's only 4 names.
Is in 7th place on that list. Shall we move on?
Yes, let's please.
Let's move on to those motherfucking shout-outs.
Shout-outs!
You already know what it is. We got a shout-out in order. First one in order is going to none other than Beyonce Knowles Carter.
Did you buy her merch?
I did not buy her merch, but a lot of people in Toronto did.
Okay.
Beyonce shares a rare statement to Instagram after her Ivy Park launch. So, of course, we want to congratulate her on the launch overall. Ring the alarm, says eonline.com. Beyonce posted an Instagram with an actual caption. Following the long-awaited release of her Adidas Ivy Park line on January 18th, Queen Bee took to Instagram to thank everyone who purchased parts of the line. Basically, what I'm getting at here is they did a bunch of different launches in different cities.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I know they did one in Toronto.
Oh, did they?
And, in terms of just some of the voices in the Toronto scene, the Toronto community, Toronto fashion industry, whatever it may be, she's one of the main people involved with the Slow Jam party that I've talked about on numerous occasions. Well? I think she's a main part of Cozy as well.
Shout out to Cozy.
So shout out to her. Her name is Rebecca Dawn. And just shout out to her. Shout out to the whole movement. They're all super dope. And she tweeted, she said, seeing what literally every other city did for the Ivy Park Adidas release versus what Toronto didn't do, it's very telling. So I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, well, tell me more, Rebecca Dawn. Yeah, so let me go ahead and read this.
Tell me more.
She said, well, A, we didn't have a DJ.
Okay.
No special setup or display.
Jeez.
No customized shopping bag.
Damn.
Right?
Adidas shopping
Not even a damn postcard or a flyer with the photos from the banners on it. Turkey got a whole nail salon. Damn. New York had the burgundy whip plus the installation setup.
Jeez.
Toronto had a line in a blizzard. Either Beyonce doesn't rate us, Adidas doesn't value our market, or the wrong people are in these rooms making marketing decisions, because we had A lot of random Adidas pop-ups this summer for no reason, but not a single thing for Ivy Park and Adidas. It don't make no sense.
As a sneakerhead, I will tell you one thing. Adidas does not rate Toronto. Adidas does not rate Toronto. When Yeezys first came out, Toronto was like, they're like, oh, State's getting 20,000. Toronto, you guys get, I don't know, 400?
YG 400.
And that's the only place in Canada that's getting it. Toronto, you guys get like 400 pairs.
That's nuts.
And then State, you guys get 80,000 pairs.
They're missing out. Yeah. Toronto, I think Toronto's really becoming a competing market in a lot of ways.
Toronto line up for anything. You can sell anything in Toronto.
Man, we still lining up for Cheesecake Factory.
Yo, what's that thing called?
I can't believe, did
sandwich place?
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, they're still lining up for that shit.
Oh, they still lining up. Did I tell you about the 2 hours not Chick-fil-A? Did I tell you about the 2 hours for what's that place called? Cheesecake Factory?
When?
Bro, I went there like a Thursday night.
2 hours.
Thursday night. It was like 11 p.
Is that 2 hours?
I went to the dude Drake looking boy. I'm like, yo, how long is the wait? Straight face. It's gonna be about 2 hours.
Fam, it's 11 o'clock.
And I'm looking at him like, bro, 2 hours?
He's saying that normally, like, fam, it's 11 o'clock.
Rubs his hand. Yeah. I'm like, wow. I mean, that's Toronto for you.
Toronto, he knows people are going to say, okay.
Yeah, definitely. That's Toronto for you. But I do want to, again, say shout out to Beyonce just for the launch overall.
So when she got off flack about the launch, saying because she used Blue Ivy's name, like, bro, shut the hell up. Like, that's her daughter.
No, I mean...
But I know.
Ivy Park was talked about for years when Blue Ivy was a baby.
But some people were giving her flack for using your daughter to make money. I'm like, bro,
shut up.
That's her daughter.
I'm actually surprised that she doesn't get continued flack for where she makes the clothes. We reported on that like 40 episodes ago.
We did.
But anyways, let's not do that. This is the shout out section. Shout out to Beyonce.
Yes. Shout out to Beyonce.
Second shout out is in order to none other than Drake. I mean, this is no surprise.
Every week,
I
think
think
have a Drake segment at this point.
I think Drake gets a shout out maybe like 60% of the time on this podcast in this shout out section.
Other episode.
And it's just another accolade. Just another accolade. So I will read the following tweet. Drake earns his 100th top 40 single on the Hot 100 with Life is Good. He's the first artist in the history of the chart to reach this milestone.
I hope you understand what I said. I hope you understand what I said when I said Drake is as big as Mike Jack. And you don't believe me. I'm telling you.
100%.
So shout out to Drizzy, man. That's we'll shout you out tomorrow again.
Probably. The next shout out is in order to your guy, Eminem.
Oh, what did he do? Not really my guy, you know.
I mean, he used to be your guy.
He was alright. Yeah, he was my guy.
No, he was your guy.
He was my guy.
Yeah, let's not.
I wouldn't downplay that. He was my guy.
I'm the same way though. When they're not hot no more, like I mean, once upon a time.
Yeah, in 2005, that was my guy when he was dropping bare bars.
Now Eminem set a new world record. Okay. This one actually surprised me because Bone Thugs exist, because Twista exists. Because and of course,
don't tell me talking fast.
Eminem sets a new world record for rapping 229 words in 30 seconds on his song Godzilla. 229 words.
I like that song too.
In 30 seconds.
Do you have that part ready?
I don't.
Oh, they'll probably take it down anyway.
Yeah, but that's a lot. So you know. Anytime I get in one, I'm going to... I'm thinking about the Busta Rhymes part. Anytime.
Go there. I gotta see it. I gotta do it.
I thought something on that track would have it, like, but they don't count the...
That's not a word.
It's not.
Yeah.
But shout out to Eminem nonetheless.
Yes. Last shout out here. Our last shout out goes to 15-year-old Coco Gauff.
Okay.
Just give her a round of applause just early, just for being 15-year-old Coco Gauff. She not only beat Venus Williams again, let's not forget that. She beat someone named Kirsty, and then she beat the number 3 ranked and fellow black Naomi Osaka in the Australian Open to advance to the 4th round today. She's 15 years old.
I'm gonna applaud her again. Now, I do watch a lot of tennis. I am a legitimate tennis fan. Coco Gauff, of course, made her debut, so to speak, or her shine to light when she beat Venus last year.
Yep.
As a 15-year-old, I think she had just turned 15 at the time.
Unreal.
It's been really interesting watching her growth. I think she is very much in that next phenom category. Women's tennis right now is very exciting, very interesting because
Sharapova just retired. I heard. I think her loss.
She long past her prime, but someone like an Osaka is a vet now at 22, 21, 22 years
she's
old.
mad young.
Because women's tennis right now has a lot of 19-year-olds that play a very fast-paced game. They hit the ball hard. They're willing to move around. They're willing to do longer rallies. I mean, longer rallies always exist in the women's game, but it's just a very exciting new crop of talent in women's tennis. And what's interesting to see is how Coco Gauff navigates herself in that space.
Okay.
As a 15-year-old, she was more of a surprise winner oftentimes last year. This year, with the Australian Open being the first major championship of the year, I really like that she's solidifying herself to say, I can now beat the people you're expecting me to beat.
Yep.
I can now bang with the Osakas. Because I remember last year, Osaka faced her.
Sorry, I smoked her. Not smoked her.
Remember that? She smoked her so much she was crying.
Yeah, she was like, "You're a little girl. Okay, go sit your ass down."
And Osaka was like, "Come here, come on, man. It's all good. It's okay."
You know, she had that shit in her head when she was facing her this year.
Exactly.
She's like, you beat me last year. Fuck you.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Kobe Bryant did something with Coco Gauff. I think she saw, like, I could be wrong there, but hey, man, she could have that mama mentality. You never know. But again, I just want to say shout out to Coco Gauff. I do think she is the next thing in tennis. I do look forward to future rivalry matches between her and Naomi Osaka.
That's gonna be hard.
And I just really like where women's tennis is going right now. So shout out to her.
Coco Gauff.
Time to get the phones out.
Yes, sir.
Our next segment, of course, is going to be that new music segment. So we're going to get into what has come out for the week with respect to albums, with respect to singles, as well as with respect to videos as we see fit. We'll then go into a little bit more detail as to what we actually listened to, which this week is damn near nothing.
Actually, there were 2 singles, maybe 1 single.
I tried to run through the singles. We'll talk about it, but let's do this. Let's do the typical announcing of each of them.
Yep.
And then we'll get into albums, because I did listen to one album. And then we'll get into the singles we actually listened to.
Okay, there's one I do want to listen to on this. I didn't.
So let me shout out Boozy Fade, of course.
Boozy Fade.
Boozy Fade, they provide that list for us, Facebook community, Toronto, Facebook community, hip-hop community-based. But shout out to them. They provide a very secretive list of music that has come out.
They're missing one on this list. But
who are they missing? Because I need to know.
I'll tell you.
I'll start. So Jay Huss with Big Conspiracy.
That's the album I want to bump. He's an English artist from UK.
Started. Wasn't for me.
Okay.
I think you'd like it, though.
Okay.
I think you'd like it. It wasn't for me.
Okay.
It was
Did you
like,
listen to not Skepta? What's the other guy that came out that said no to Jay-Z album? To Jay-Z feature?
I was gonna say Wiley Stormzy.
Did you listen to his album?
I didn't.
I heard his
but
album
I just
was
keep
really
listening
good.
to Disappointed, Still Disappointed, and everything in that Hideous Skangman. I love that fucking back-to-back beef that they had. But Jay Huss, Big Conspiracy. Now I listened to some of that. We'll get into it. Kota The Friend with Lyrics Go Hard Volume 1.
Lyrics to Go.
Sorry, what did I say?
Lyrics Go Hard.
What did I say? Lyrics Go Hard. Shit.
Oh, no, I was like, what?
M. Huncho with Huncholini the First.
Is that Quavo's brother or some shit?
I thought so. And Hook and the Darb with Crashed My Car. That's all I had for albums. You said something.
Oh, it's a single that came out that's on this list. So
okay.
when we go through singles, I'll bring it
Never
up.
mind then. Megan Thee Stallion, in terms of singles, came out with a song called B.I.T.C.H.
Bitch.
Marlo featuring First and Third. Came out with a song called First and Third. That one features Future and Lil Baby. Jessie Reyez came out with Love in the Dark. Shout out to Toronto. You already know what it is, Jessie Reyez. Now, I listened to that. Again, we'll get into it.
Doja Cat
Doja
came out
Cat
with a song called Boss Bitch. It's off the soundtrack Birds of Prey, which is
Ghost, written by Nicki.
I would not be surprised.
I'm joking, but I heard the first 18 seconds of that song. Nicki. I turned it off. I'm like, this is Nicki.
I'm telling you, when you go listen to her album, please, and you just be like, this is all pop Nicki.
Yeah.
That's her album. It's all pop Nicki.
Interesting. What else came out?
Yo Gotti came out with HOE, not Ho, but Heaven on Earth.
Okay.
Played you there.
Rico Nasty, I Don't Give a Fuck, or IDGAF. YB and Namir with Talking. Kali Uchis with The Turn. I couldn't find that song. I wanted to listen to it. Octavian with Death of a Traitor, Freestyle. The Colleagues came out with Red Vans. That one features Freddie Gibbs. TOBi, your
Shout
guy.
out to Canada. Shout out to Toronto.
Came out with City Blues. That one features The Game. I like that he's
It's
getting
the remix.
He's getting big. Like
The Game features
it might
are
just
big.
be like send a song, give me a 16, send it back. It might just be that.
But still, for someone like The Game to say, let me take my time to go on your song and send it back to you.
I like what TOBi's on right now.
That's my boy.
Your guy TJX6 released 3 of them.
You know, I've never heard one of his songs, but we talk about it every time we see it on the list.
I feel like he like just releases music every week.
Yo,
at this point,
I've never listened to one of his songs.
I just feel like that's the case. Wiz Khalifa, Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Yachty, and Swake with Child. That one's called Speed Me Up.
It's off the Sonic soundtrack.
Reason came out with Showstop. Now that tells me Reason's coming out.
Yep,
we talked about that. Again, we talked about that. Peso Peso.
Ooh.
I Was Trappin'. That one features Maxo Cream.
Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it definitely does.
This single that's not on here. Now, the reason why it's not on here, well, I don't know the reason why it's not on here. So it's Roddy Ricch.
Okay.
And Pressa. You know Pressa? Toronto guy, hype-ish
voice. Oh,
they
did a thing.
But it doesn't say Roddy Ricch. It says Rod Ricch. RODDRICH. Roddy Rich's name is RODDYRICCH.
And it doesn't have the double C.
It doesn't have the double C. It doesn't have the double D. And it says Pressa featuring Rod Ricch. But it's Roddy Ricch.
And is it Spotify or is it only on SoundCloud?
I saw it on Spotify. And but listening to it, it sounds like Roddy Ricch.
It is. No, I saw it on Instagram.
He didn't change his flow up or anything, so it's not like he's doing a.
I saw it on Instagram. It was on one of the Canadian hip hop pages. It was like, is this sounding? You know, like the academics caption. Is this sounding fire or trash?
Yeah, I know.
And it was like Roddy Ricch and Pressa.
Now there is one person that was on the second verse. His name was Sash, I think.
Okay.
And I think maybe Roddy Ricch is a combination of Roddy Ricch and that Sash guy.
Okay. Right.
That's an assumption.
Or it could be typo, could be anything.
It was on the album cover, so it was not a typo.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's the song I bumped a lot of. It's hard.
In terms of music videos, 070 Shake made a video for, of course, a song on her album. That one's called The Pines. In terms of the music video, Guapdad 4000, featuring Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats. He came out with a video. That was Isaiah, something like that. Earth Gang Swivel video.
That's your boy.
Okay, I want to watch that Earth Gang Swivel video.
Boys.
Kevin Gates, Fatal Attraction.
Oh, that's my heart. That song is hard.
He dropped. I thought you could say that's my heart. I was like,
that song's hard. You know, sorry.
Kevin Gates is your guy. I guess.
He's my guy. That song's hard.
I guess. Roddy Ricch, Boom Boom Boom, Boom 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 Boom. Yeah, he came out with one, and
I've cut off my screenshot at that point, so it's all up to you now.
Party Next Door, Loyal featuring Drake. They dropped a music video for that one.
Shit. Party Next Door must be dropping something soon.
Partisan Fontaine dropped a music video for Wrong With Me as well. Shout out to you if you're into music videos. Go check those out and let us know what you think. Now, I want to get into, what did we actually listen to?
I didn't listen to, I listened to a Rod Ricch Pressa song. It's hard as fuck, but that's because I think Rod Ricch is...
Album-wise.
Oh,
we'll go in order. Nothing.
I do want to listen to J Huss. Is it J Huss or J House?
I think it's J House.
I've been calling him House.
My bad for
okay, because I've been calling him J House my whole life.
I'm pretty sure it's J House.
I do want to listen to that. My cousin, shout out to him. He is 20 years old, but he did say it's a good album. So
disclaimer: he's 20, Gen X.
Exactly.
Not Gen Z, right? Gen Z is younger. Gen X.
So
the views represented by Gen X may not represent
our views,
our millennial.
He did say it's hard, so sometime this week I probably will try and give it a shot.
True that. Now I did bump Kota The Friend.
Yes.
Right, or Kota The Friend. I don't know who that is. I've never heard of them to this day. You know what I'm saying? Now I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna go on a little bit of a music discovery. It's a new year, new decade.
Say you want to do that.
I did say I want to do that. Michelle Obama said, "Hey man, it's that time of year where you stop doing your goals," and I'm gonna continue my goals. You know what I'm saying? I have not been practicing the Kanye because it's all in here. It's all in here.
Tell him again.
And next time I won't make mistakes. I'm gonna get the DMX. Remember that shit?
Yeah,
but anyways, man, Kota The Friend. I decided to look up a little bit of an artist bio for them. They're an artist from downtown section of Brooklyn, from New York.
That's you.
At the young age, he was exposed to hip hop, R&B, jazz, and soul music during the infamous '90s era. And by the time he was 8 years old, he joined his school's music program and excelled as a trumpet player. In high school, he was the leader of a trumpet section while teaching himself to play the guitar and the piano. During this time, he also picked up 2 weekend jobs to build a home studio where he would record hip-hop tracks as well as folk songs that were accompanied by his guitar playing. During his high school days, he became interested in a plethora of different artists and bands. The Beatles, Jay Dilla, Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix, who's a fucking
Jimi Hendrix is OG.
Animal. God damn. Bob Dylan and countless other acts. This inspired Kota to start a band that would put him on local showcases, yada, 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 yada.
I rate the hustle of Kota.
So I decided to say to myself that when I listen to an artist, I'm going to do a little bit more research on them.
Yeah.
Because I want a little bit more understanding as to where your sound comes from, what your influences are.
It makes you understand the lyrics too a little bit better. Like, and I get why you're talking about this, and I get why you're talking about that.
Exactly. So this one again is called Lyrics to Go Volume 1. Now, this is very much a new age project in that it is 10 songs, 16 minutes.
Oh, that's not long at all.
It's a one hot album every
every quarter of the hour.
So very digestible listen. Jokes aside, you can knock through it in a warm up to your workout.
Really?
Your cool down to your workout. Shout out to Michelle Obama. OBeezy. Very OBeezy.
Michelle OBeezy.
And I'll kind of play that one.
Is he signed?
I don't know if he signed.
I was doing good without it. I've been living, I've been minding my business. If you don't fuck with it, don't listen. If you don't like the smell, then get the fuck out the kitchen. We cooking soul food. The game different. You still living by the old rules. What I look like following fools that don't move. How you...
Just cool. You know what I'm saying? That kind of my subgenre of hip hop. That Mick Jenkins lane. That JID in a lot of ways. That Boss. That Earth Gang. That J. Cole. Just that subgenre of hip hop that's going to use a lot of lo-fi beats. That's going to use a lot of instrumentation in the music that they come out with. You can hear the jazz influence. You can hear the soul influence, the R&B influence.
Definitely.
You can hear just how much more, let's call it advanced musically he is and how he tries to incorporate that in his music. I don't know. I assume he's older because, he did come up in the 90s.
Oh, they did say that. That's true.
So I would assume he's our age, 26, 27, 28, roughly, 29 maybe. But I thoroughly enjoyed that. Like I said, lo-fi beats. It was a very good listen, very digestible at like 15 minutes. Go check that one out. Lyrics to Go Volume 1, Kota The Friend. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's on Spotify?
It's on Spotify. And you know what? I give it a first listen rating of 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I can see this being an artist that I look up. Like when I discovered, and I'm saying my personal discovery. I'm not acting like I'm, a fucking A&R. I'm not LeBron. But
add 2 more tracks on it, re-release it, call it the deluxe version.
I'm not LeBron, but you know what I'm saying? So this reminds me a lot of when I listened to Mick Jenkins for the first time. And I think that was in 2017.
Okay.
And here we are now where I can go ahead and get excited for a Mick Jenkins project. And now I can see everyone starting to listen to Mick Jenkins more and more often. And it's pretty cool.
That's how I feel about Drake, and no offense to Drake, but like
you
but like what we're saying, like we saw Drake
back in 06
when you guys weren't bumping him.
That's facts.
Was it before his first album? Since 2007, 2008, we've been bumping Drake in Toronto.
That is,
and seeing that come up and seeing where he's become right now, it's huge for us.
It's fun to see, but I like what I'm seeing from Kota The Friend. Like I said, it reminds me a lot. He just musically reminds me a lot of Mick Jenkins. Actually, the first thing I asked when I listened to him, I'm like, is this guy from Chicago?
And he was not.
And I looked at, that's what made me look at the artist's bio to see he's from Brooklyn. And I was like, oh, okay. Because it sounds like he has that Chicago flair to him. Shout out to my guy Justin, BKC. You already know what it is.
BKC, shout out to Justin, man.
And shout out to Pivot Gang, just because, Justin's cool with them. That's all I had for albums, though. Like I said, let's talk about some of the singles that we actually listened to.
I closed that.
Yeah, I closed it too. I listened to the Meg Thee Stallion.
I wasn't feeling it.
Okay.
I just don't like Meg's music. I wouldn't even lie to you. I'm not a fan of her music.
Neither am I, and I'm saying that objectively. I'm not. I just can't. Like her flow is not it for me.
Her flow.
It's very elementary.
Yes, that's a perfect way to put it.
Like you can't change your flow up. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's just,
and I want to pull up. Like it's just very like
one-dimensional.
Yes.
There's no even when she tries to add inflections to some words, just kind of like it's not really there.
And for our women listeners, a lot of male artists also fall into the same category.
We don't talk about because
I can't listen to Eminem for the life of me because he's one-dimensional.
He is.
So it's like this is not just a woman thing. But I listened to the song. What I would say is because I can take myself out of my personal enjoyment and I can put myself into the shoes of her audience.
Yeah.
And I think this is a very necessary step for her. I really like what she did with this single because although we felt like the flow was still the same in a lot of ways, it was a slower song. The BPMs was lower. It wasn't just kind of that twerk feel to it. What I thought about the song though was I'm like, damn, man, she really talking about Moneybagg Yo here. Yep. And I think Moneybagg has a song on his album that kind of sounds like it's talking about Megan Thee Stallion.
Relationship.
Those two are not really feeling each other too much right now.
Oh, they're not?
No, they broke up, man.
Oh, I don't know about this.
They broke up. Shit, you know.
I do not.
It's not like Sway Lee and his girl.
What the hell's happening with that relationship?
I don't fucking know. I listened to the Jessie Reyez.
How was that? I like Jessie Reyez.
I like it.
She has a good voice.
Good voice. She definitely has a powerful voice. I like that. Shout out to her. Always going to be shout out to her.
I listened to Doja Cat, Boss Bitch.
18 seconds in. I told you.
You said it literally just. I fast forward halfway through. I'm like, this is Nicki.
Yeah, I came like I was like this. At that moment, I said, I'm not feeling this.
I like, thank God. I first said, thank God I'm listening to these on my earphones and not out loud.
And then I continued.
I ain't tryna. Yeah, ain't tryna be cool like you. Wobbling around in your high heel shoes, I'm clumsy. Made friends with the floor.
Onika Tanya Mirage. Onika Tanya Mirage. Onika Tanya Mirage.
Pop Nicki.
Onika Tanya Mirage.
That's how her album pretty much sounds.
Onika Tanya Mirage.
Although I will tell you, want to go listen to her album. It is.
We sound like I actually love Doja Cat. That's the funniest part.
She sounds good. Don't get me wrong. She just sounds like Pop Nicki, but she still sounds good.
I love everything about Doja Cat, man. She's super dope. I just make fun of the fact that she sounds like Nicki.
Yeah, it's what we're gonna do till she stops.
I couldn't find the Caliuchis track, like I mentioned. I didn't bump anything else.
I bumped the TOBi track featuring The Game.
Okay, tell me
City
more.
Blues is a song off his album.
Yes, I do remember it, and that was one of your albums of the year.
Yes. It didn't make my album of the year because I forgot about it.
Yes, but it should have because you were on that. You were
still on
that.
It was fire. You know, The Game dropped. I only listened to Strong like once or twice. So I didn't really take in The Game's verse, but he didn't sound out of place.
Right.
He sounded like, okay, like, you know, I'm here to support my boy or this guy.
Okay.
So,
did it sound like kind of like what I mentioned, where he sent the song, he got a 16 back, or did it just like it didn't sound any? It didn't
sound like they were in the studio together.
Yeah.
But, whatever. It didn't sound bad.
It is what it is.
And it's for the look. It's for the
feature.
Fans. Exactly.
And you know, it expands Game's audience, so to speak. Exactly. It's an R&B audience. It's a more of an increasing women audience, as an example. And then TOBi, he gets the namesake of Game. So
Game
definitely a win-win situation. And again, like we said, shout out to TOBi for just getting these bigger names, these bigger acts, these bigger names, these bigger.
That's how you know.
Everything is bigger.
It shows your status.
Yes.
Or not your status, but it shows your reach.
Definitely. I guess let's end off that music potpourri. You ready for that?
Yes, sir.
So let's ask that question. What is in your rotation, sir?
Am I starting this week off?
Please do.
Or I said that. Please excuse me for being antisocial by Roddy Ricch.
Yeah,
I don't think that's gonna leave this year at all.
I feel you.
Fivio Foreign. Big drip. I'm in love with a little bitch. Hey. She wanna suck on my lip dick. Hey. Yo, that song is hard. I run that song like at least 20 times a day.
Damn.
Time Served, Moneybagg Yo. Even just those first 3 tracks get me so amped.
That little baby. Bitch, you played. Yo, that song has me, yo. Come on, man. Hard. You played. Stop it. You playing.
Some of the songs, and not all the songs, but some of the songs from Music to Be Murdered by Eminem.
Yes, okay.
Especially Godzilla. Because that features my boy.
Because it has 229 words in 30 seconds?
Nope, just because of Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD goes nuts on that.
Every time there's that song, I'm like, yo, we can never get this again.
He goes nuts on that.
Juice WRLD. So speaking of someone that you saw on the come up.
Okay.
This song I've known from the come up.
Shia.
And I listen to all the songs from the come up. No, it's not J. Cole.
Okay. That was hold on. No, let me acknowledge your efforts.
Thank you. Plus by Ed Sheeran. Multiply by Ed Sheeran.
Plus by Ed Sheeran. Multiply by Ed Sheeran. Wait.
You know what the third album is called?
Divide. Oh, Divide. I would say Division, the artist.
I've been listening to Ed Sheeran since before his first album. So
yes, I remember that. That's your guy.
I could see I saw transition too. He went from like this guy with his guitar to a full-blown production by his third album.
It's kind of like the setup.
It really is.
For real.
It really is. It really is. So I listened to those 3. NF, The Search, you can see I was in my white boy bag that day.
Yeah, you're definitely in your white boy bag.
Then I switched it up to Jack Boys.
Okay.
That song, Gotti.
I'm joking.
Big Drip. Oh, no, not Big Drip. Wrong song.
Fuck.
God, I can't remember how that song goes, but the song with Pop Smoke on it.
I think okay, yes, yeah.
Big Drip's still stuck in my head. Anytime I think about that song, I still think Big Drip.
Well, same lane, same genre, same subgenre.
Psychodrama by Dave.
Of course.
I bumped that. That album was my therapy one morning. I had to bump it. And I'm gonna add this in there. Nothing New by Roddy Ricch and Pressa.
Yeah.
Because I've bumped that song
it's
at least
a good one.
20 times.
I like it. I
You
think
heard
that's I heard it on Instagram.
Oh yeah, you said you did,
yes. And I liked it.
It sounds like Roddy Ricch.
I was definitely feeling it.
This is Kanye West. I was in my Kanye bag.
Have to.
And I bumped Kevin Gates, I'm Him.
Okay.
I bumped YMW Melly versus Melvin. And I bumped that's Big Drip. You asked me whose verse was better on Life is Good, Future or
Drake?
I'm switching that shit to Future.
Let's go!
Future body that shit.
Let's go, shit. Yo.
Future, I just realized like, Drake has like quotables, but like Future was just Future.
You know what's so funny though? I was listening to that song and I was like, let's say like this is the spectrum. I'm just gonna use 0 to 100 or whatever. 50 is I feel both. 0 is I only feel Drake. 100 is I only feel Future. So I was probably at like 80, right? Like Future's verse is better, right? I listened to it a few more times. I'm like,
you're sliding down.
I'm like 61 Future now.
I'm like 70
but
Future.
And you're pushing the other way.
Yes.
But no, Drake went cold on that one. But no, Future smokes.
I like
Future smokes on that one.
100 grand for cheapest ring on a nigga's finger. Or whatever you call that verses.
Jeez.
That was a hard line.
So
what's your rotation?
I'm gonna get into mine. So in terms
please.
of my rotation, Fivio Foreign, man, we're starting there.
Yes.
Richer Than Ever featuring Rich the Kid.
Rich the Kid.
Love that song. I did find the Bad Boys for Life soundtrack.
So did you bump that?
Enjoyed it. This is Miami music.
Do you hear what I said when I said Jaden just felt out of place?
No.
Oh, okay, because I felt Jaden.
I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm gonna say to some degree he felt out of place, but to another degree, picture Fast and the Furious Miami racing. And I'm not saying it's set there or anything like that, but I just picture that like beach life, Miami Beach, that type thing, and you can have a younger California quote unquote sounding track that fit perfully. But then at the same time, I was like, okay, we're getting like Meek. Meek. I like the Uptown Part 2, by the way.
Uptown Part. Who's on that one?
It was Meek, just Meek and Farruko. I don't know who Farruko is, but
he's a Spanish
the Meek and Fab track.
That was
came out with the Part 2. I'm like, damn, we starting here with this album?
Run it out.
And then the City Girls, and then I love the Black Eyed Peas song, Ritmo.
Yo, that was hard. That song was hard. I like the Black Eyed Peas song.
That song is so...
It's so Black Eyed Peas.
They just take turns taking the most popular beat, throw a new word on it, Ritmo. And now it's a new song.
That's it.
But that was hard.
Ritmo.
And then again, the Rick Ross, Quavo, Rich Kid, this song after that. But I like Muevelo, the J Balvin one.
There's a lot of Spanish.
The Nicky Jam one and Daddy Yankee.
No, I was like, yo, why is it bare Spanish? I was like, oh wait, it's Miami.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. I was feeling it though. I really enjoyed that soundtrack.
I enjoyed it.
Definitely. I bumped My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye, so that's why I understand why you're on This Is Kanye West.
I had Spotify. A Kanye vibe going on. I don't know.
Absolutely. Our plays are very similar this week. I also bumped Time Served, Moneybagg Yo.
It's a good album.
Very much enjoyed it. Revenge of the Dreamers, director's cut, of course. Really enjoyed that.
I didn't listen to that. I haven't listened to that yet.
Again, some of my favorites on the extended part of the album. I really like Bust It by Ari Lennox. I really like Big Black Truck. I love Still Up by Earth Gang and Reason. I really like No Chorus. And I really like Still Dreamin' as well as Revenge. Some really good songs on there. I bumped a Pop Smoke single. I think this either was a new one this week or last week. Christopher Walking.
It's new this week. It was one of him saying, yo, I got out of jail, so fuck everybody. Here's my new track.
Yeah. Meek Mill Championships.
Hard album.
Went back and I bumped that. That's super hard. I wanted to bump Baby Rose to myself.
Who's that?
Baby Rose, again, she very, very soulful voice, very powerful voice, very powerful R&B voice. She's kind of in that quote-unquote sleepy subgenre of R&B that I like. Again, she's been featured on a lot of Dreamville projects. I think she's been featured on Snow Allegra projects.
Okay.
And I know that she opened up for Snow Allegra. So she's super dope. Again, she's one of those voices that I said I'm going to stick around with. I'm going to continue to follow. And I'll be honest with you, I can't unhear her now. And what I mean by that is, like, her voice is so perfect for certain situations.
You think about her voice when you think
exactly.
About,
you know what I'm saying? I was gonna play an example, but forget that. I wanted to bump "Grow" Grow by Sasha Cha.
Oh, Sasha Cha.
You remember the name? You remember
Yes, I
the
know
name, of
Sasha
course.
Cha.
Shout out to Sasha.
Shout out to Sasha.
Super dope. Always good energy. Appreciate her at all times. I bumped her EP. That one's called Grow. That one came out September 2019. Again, Sasha Cha. Sasha is spelled as you hear it. Cha is Chaa. So definitely go download her music and show her some love. Bears Like This Too by Spillage Village. I bumped Pop Smoke's album, Meet the Woo.
Oh, he has an album?
Came out. It was a 9-song project that came out July of last year.
Oh, damn.
It was okay. Enjoyed it.
Still deep?
Of course, right? I really like that Grime Shutdown playlist that I talked about on Spotify.
Okay. It's
so
grimy?
It has,
it's grimy. Is it grime music?
Of course, yeah. UK Grime. The first song on it is Still Disappointed by Stormzy.
Damn. I heard that beef was like, he had some good songs in that beef.
Stormzy was going nuts.
I gotta listen to that.
Going nuts. You gotta listen to it. You definitely would like it. Snow Allegra. Those feels again.
Ugh.
Bump that. I bumped Black Love by Basque. Shout out to Run the Tape Podcast, Cozy Uchechi. Y'all know what it is already. Again, they did the work with Basque. I don't know to what extent, but Basque New York, they have a playlist called BLKLV,
Okay.
Black Love by Basque. So shout out to that. I bumped Marlon Palmer's playlist, of course,
Shout out to
R&B
Marlon
2K19. Still enjoying that one a little bit more than R&B 2K20, but the 2K20 obviously is forming as we speak. Beyond that, I bumped the Free Nationals album, of course, self-titled album, Free Nationals. Mick Jenkins, The Circus. Did I say on the podcast 2 weeks ago that this is already going to be in my top 5?
You did.
Yeah.
You always said it's already your top album for the year.
Yeah.
Like your
Yeah.
top album for half the year.
This is
already,
the one.
and
This is the one.
It's gonna run you through the year.
Remember I said this.
You did say that.
Episode 90. This is the one. So when we talk on episode 140, just know I said that.
I will remember that.
Smino Noir. I wanted to go back and
Hard
bump
album.
that. I can't believe that one came out in 2018 because I love that album so much.
I feel like that was like 5 years ago.
Man,
That was like a year and a half ago.
a year and 4 months.
It's not
Feels
that
like
long.
it feels like 7 months.
It does. Well, with the way we consume music now.
Very true. Very true. I will include Lyrics to Go Volume 1 by Kota The Friend because I did bump that more than once.
Well, it's 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Bump that shit in an hour, we already bumped it 4 times.
Exactly. Beyond that, in terms of podcasts, A Waste of Time by It's The Real. They had a great conversation with Joe Budden on there, so I wanted to listen to that. I bumped Need to Know podcast as usual. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Steph. Shout out to Savon. They did an interview with Parks and his fiance Rem, and they're super dope. So shout out to them as always. I bumped Dissect podcast. I'm starting to speed up a little bit more. I want to get through the Kendrick album.
That podcast.
Yeah, you'd enjoy it.
I do want to, because I like the behind the scenes of music. I love going to Rap Genius and saying, oh, so that's what they meant.
Exactly.
When they said that.
And you put me on Rap Genius. You know what I'm saying? So it was like just that kind of behind the scenes thing is like, man, give me that. I want that.
It makes you relate to the music more when you know where it's coming from.
And honestly, when you listen to Dissect podcast with the Kendrick Damn album, you're like, this is the greatest album on the planet.
That's why you still like it. That's why you like it that much.
You know what I'm saying? But no, that's super dope. Again, shout out to Need to Know podcast. Bumped. That's kind of it.
All right, awesome.
That's kind of it. Joe Budden podcast as well. Incorporated in there. Extra Gravy as well, of course. Run the Tape pod, of course. Kind of just the usual suspects.
The usual.
Let's just get into random thoughts.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it, man. I want to talk about Delonte West. Obviously, we've all seen what has happened at this point, so I don't need to necessarily run back the scenario. I do just want to talk about what some people have said. So we know Jameer Nelson was one of the people that spoke sort of the truest to the situation that was going on. I want to read what he says because I do like what he's talking about, and I think it's really a good message just to have a PSA on.
It is.
Right? So he says, I'm sick today to my stomach right now seeing the videos of Delonte. To answer everybody that's reaching out to me about his situation, all we can do is pray for him and his family and hope that he seeks the proper help. Mental illness is something that a lot of people deal with and don't even know about it until sometimes it's too late. I'm not sure what exactly is going on with D West, but he knows that I'm in his corner and I will help him get through this. Yes, I've spoken to him over the past several months, just trying to be there for him as a friend. One thing I do know, if you're having a mental, emotional, or physical setback in your life and you need to talk to someone, and when I say talk to somebody, I mean like a doctor or doctors, not your parents, not your homeboy, not your wife, your cousins, etc. Somebody that has credentials in helping people with what you're actually going through. Please be mindful when you're posting videos, pictures, etc. of somebody. You may think you're helping, but you might be hurting them even more. People have kids, and their kids don't deserve to be embarrassed. Please pray. Good words there. I definitely like what Jameer Nelson said there. I know Phil Martelli, I believe, is a former coach. I could be wrong.
Oh, I thought he was the owner of the Houston Rockets.
He is? No.
No,
That's Daryl Morey. No?
Oh, yeah, that's Daryl Morey. I don't know. That M just confused me.
He spoke as well. He said, over the past several hours, I have talked with many who are willing to help. Please read and embrace Jameer's wisdom. We're reaching out to our basketball network to get professional help that Delonte needs. This is so very painful. To some degree, I'm not going to lie to you, because a lot more people spoke out. Des Bryant spoke out as well. So I'll read his words. He said, I see a lot of dumb comments where folks are making a lot of fun of Delonte West. This is not a joking matter. I'm going to figure out how I can help him. He needs to be in rehab or something. Who else spoke out?
Cuban and Ainge?
Yep, Mark Cuban, Danny Ainge,
Owner
they spoke out as well.
And GM of the Boston Celtics, respectively.
They have offered to help Delonte several times in the past, of course. Mm-hmm. They're trying to help him find his place in life and extending a helping hand by offering him work and contacting people close to him. To some degree, this reminds me of Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes or the Oscars or whatever the fuck he said, where he's like, listen, man, y'all are just faking it. Like, y'all don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't really care. Y'all are just faking it. On the other hand, of course, I say, you know what? These guys have a platform. These guys have 1 million followers, 2 million followers, whatever they have. So even if they're faking it, it's still a good thing. It's still a net positive effect. But ultimately, the question that I want to ask is, do you think the NBA should do something about this? Or, like, just does the NBA have a responsibility towards this?
Yes and no.
Okay, tell me more.
So, and shout out to the NFBA, because they're going to kill us
we gotta
if we don't shout them out.
We got to shout out to, you know what, let me give them a proper shout out.
Yes.
Shout out to the most competitive fantasy basketball league.
I ain't doing that good this
in
year,
existence.
But, you know,
NFBA, the National, no Govies, Basketball Association.
Oh, I thought F was for fantasy.
Is it?
I thought it was National Fantasy Basketball
I thought it was for the commish.
That would make sense too.
He rigs it. So, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was for the commish. But and again, we won't say Govies, but I thought it was.
Yeah.
But, you know, we had a really good chat in there about the whole Delonte West situation. And, you know, it was really along the question of, do you think the NBA should have a union? Do you think they should have something where it's almost like, think about work. When you work, and I mean, you know, I work in the industry.
We work.
The industry, so I understand it.
Yes.
But basically, your workplace has the responsibility to make sure you have income for life, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. So if you work multiple years at a job, you're building up that respective retirement pool. And that respective retirement pool is always locked in. Mm-hmm. Now, there are exceptions. There are special occasions where you can take that money out. But for the most part, for your life, that money stays locked with only a certain amount unlocking per year. And again, the reason why, although clients get very frustrated by that, it's in place because that employer has sort of the obligation and the right, not the right, sorry, the obligation to ensure that you have income for the rest of your life. Shouldn't the NBA have something similar?
They should.
You know what I'm saying?
So they don't have anything like that?
I don't know. Now, that is a fair point. We know nothing. We're just two people talking shit on a podcast. Make that be clear.
Yes, exactly.
We don't know anything about what the actual rules are behind the scene.
I also don't think the NBA should. And this is just thinking from a business perspective.
Yeah, of course.
That they can't do this because no offense to Delonte, but he's not the only one that has going through
things.
This is just the biggest one we've seen.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure if they do something for Delonte, there's going to be that next guy. I was like, yo, I played 3 seasons with the Celtics. I'm broke as hell.
Now,
I played 7 seasons with this guy. I'm broke as hell.
Again, I don't know if the NBA is already doing this, but this is where I think it could work. You just have to have a pension-style system. If you do 3 years or more, you make X amount. If you do 5 years or more, you make X amount. If you make 10 years or more, you make X amount. Because Delonte West was in the league for what? 7, 8, 9, 10 years?
For a long time. We knew who Delonte West was.
So how is he not at that quote-unquote tenured part of his career where he should be receiving some kind of life income from the NBA?
I'm about to be devil's advocate here.
Go ahead.
What if there is, like how people get welfare checks, and then they just blow it on other shit.
Now, okay.
And I'm just saying that, like, maybe he is getting a check.
Maybe it is that.
And he's blowing it.
And maybe, again, we don't know. We're two people talking shit on a podcast.
I would think the NBA would have, or an NFB, the Players Association.
NFPA
would.
Oh, the
NBPA. The NBFPA, whatever, the Players Association. I don't give a fuck. The shit that Chris Paul runs.
NBPA.
The shit that Chris Paul runs.
That's why Chris Paul's making 44 M's.
Will have something like that in place for players like this. I think the NFL did something like the union, the players were like, yo, our guys are going broke a lot.
Yeah.
So we're going to set this thing in place.
If it's not in place, it should be.
It should be. I think this is the learning curve. This is where they see, shit, we've been fucking up.
Do you think any players should have a responsibility of doing anything?
It's no one's responsibility at the end of the day.
I agree with you.
But, if you played with him, you were cool with him, I would think you would want to see him do good.
Now, if you played with him, what would you try to do? You personally?
I'll reach out to him.
I think I'd reach out. I think I'll try to find him work.
Good.
Let's say if I'm like and I'm just using names because I know kind of what they're doing. If I'm like a Matt Barnes or a Steven Jackson running the podcast or doing this, doing that,
behind the scenes shit.
Do some behind the scenes shit. You make a little, paycheck on the side type thing or whatever.
Basketball. I'll say go be a high school, get him a coach as a high school. He was a professional basketball player. That does take you
do a basketball podcast and get picked up by ESPN or some shit, right? And again, obviously we're making it sound easy. We're just making it sound. We're just talking shit on a podcast again. To be clear for the room. We're very aware of what we're saying. It's like kind of like the no job scenario where just go out and get a job. No,
exactly. It's not that
we
easy.
Get that. We understand that. But like I said,
technically, we're speaking technically.
Shall we move on?
Yes, please.
What are we moving on to? Let's move on to spicy. Pascal. Yo, I need to ask you a question. Yo, is that why you changed your name to P Shoots? Because P Skills?
I wanted to be more like photo based. Because 4K is like a video resolution.
I see what you're saying.
True, but
it sounds
4K Poly sounds way harder.
It rolls nice, like 4K Poly.
Now 4K Poly sounds way harder.
What was it before? P Skills? P Skills?
Nah, it wasn't. I tried to change it to Polypixel.
Polypixel. Nah, that sounds like...
Nah, that's like a kid. Like you sound
Polypixel. It's sick though. It works. That's a YouTube name. That sounds like a YouTube name.
It does.
Polypixel.
Speaking of YouTube, I just found out that Logan Paul and Jake Paul are not the same people.
They're brothers.
Like I'm not saying like I didn't know. I'm not saying like I didn't know they were same. But whenever someone said Logan Paul, I just thought of.
I thought you were gonna say I just found out they were brothers. I'm like, yeah, brothers. You're like,
Jake
not the same
Paul,
people.
I was like, yeah, the YouTuber. Like I never once thought like they were two separate people.
Though? I only found out because of boxing, and obviously I pay attention, so I see like
Logan Paul.
I was gonna say Aaron Paul for a second. My God. I seen Logan Paul in Jake Paul's corner. I was like, oh, okay.
I just thought they were the same. I thought like they were just a YouTuber. So when I said Jake Paul, I was like, yeah, the Paul guy. I didn't think of it as two separate people. It was just funny. Siakim.
Back to Spicy P. So somebody made a life-sized snow sculpture of Pascal Siakam that spins. Oh shit!
Yeah, it was hard.
He's spinning on that. Pause.
It's a heavy bus.
Speaking of Pascal Siakam, man, let's talk about the All-Star Game starters. Man.
Sorry, can we just go back to that ice sculpture? You know what? Okay. So, you know what Pascal Siakam's comment was on? I think it was on Instagram on the guy's post.
You said it was spicy.
It was like, ha ha ha, sick. Yes.
But I can picture him like, ha 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 ha, ha sick.
Yeah, I get it. He might have had more emotions, but I just felt like, oh, thanks for this. Nice.
Give me more. DM me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. But I want to say a round of applause for the All-Star Game starters.
Please.
A shout out in their own right, but of course it doesn't fit in the music potpourri section, so it is what it is.
Yep.
The Eastern Conference NBA All-Star starters at one of the forward positions we have Giannis Antetokounmpo. At one of the forward positions we have Joel Embiid. The two guard positions are taken by Kemba Walker and Trae Young.
Let's go.
And then of course the other forward slot is going to none other than Pascal Siakam.
Spicy. Toronto's very own. All-Star homegrown.
Any surprises there? Any names that you thought would be included?
Jimmy Butler. But he did miss a few games.
Yeah, he missed some games.
Although everyone technically on this list has missed a game other than Giannis. Really and truly. And yeah. Who are you thinking?
I mean, I'm not going to say surprised statistically, but I'm going to say surprised, not even based on namesake either, but just almost like based on like, I don't know. But Trae Young to some degree is a surprise starter for me. Not statistically, he's a monster, but I just thought there's kind of more quote unquote traditional names to have, and that's where I thought a Jimmy would take that second slot.
I think Jimmy won in like the player and fans or player and coaches, but he didn't win the fans and like the way it was weighted. It was like there was two people that were like, if it was just fans and coaches, they would have been on it. But
and that's why who was it that said? I think it was Danny Ainge that said, "Oh, this is dumb. It should only."
He's
be
just mad because
Tatum and
Exactly.
Anyways, in the Western Conference, we have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic, and James Harden. I mean, that's pretty tight. You can't take any single name out of there.
You really can't.
I'm a little not surprised because it is fan voting, but I wonder if Kawhi's the only name you could argue because of how much games he's missed.
Yeah.
But
when he is playing, he is
super tight,
when
rock solid.
When Kawhi's playing, he's 25 and 8.
Yeah,
easy,
definitely.
So we're gonna do a quick rock paper scissors. I'm Giannis, you're LeBron. We pick our teams. Let's go.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Yes, I get first pick.
Okay, LeBron.
Who am I? I'm Bron or
You're Bron.
Shit. Why I gotta be Bron? No, I want Bron. I want to be Bron. Okay. I'm going Anthony Davis.
Jeez. I am going with Spicy P.
Oh, jeez. I'm going with Luka Doncic.
Ooh, this guy's going with the whole team. I'm going with Trae Young.
Fuck. I'm going with James. No. I'm going with fuck. I'm going with James Harden.
Yeah, fuck. That was my next one. I'm going with fuck. You took Luka already. I don't want to just be East versus West, so because of that, I'll go with. Oh, you took AD. Fuck. You took Luka. Let's get to Kawhi. I'm going with Kawhi.
And I'm gonna go with Joel Embiid. Now my team is nuts. My team is way better than yours. Wow, that just shows that I am the more elite NFBA GM
Young
than you are.
My team is hurt.
Zion, your guy Zion, came back for his first
Welcome to the NBA.
Looking like Michael Porter Jr. I mean,
everyone's saying he's just a dunker. He's just a dunker. Nah, man. That man knows how to play
That boy
basketball.
looked chunky.
Yeah, he looks chunky.
That boy looked chunky. I'll tell you that much.
He looked like your uncle at the stir fry or whatever.
Yo, that boy looked chunky at the stir fry.
Not the fry. What is that thing
Fish
called?
fry?
The fish fry. There we go.
It happened.
Stir fry.
The stir fry. You almost caught me off guard, but we're at minute number 90,
so yeah, at this point,
it's that time when we don't really catch everything. The box.
Put another coop at the lot. Total fuck 12 fuck SWAT.
On violin.
Hard.
It's loading.
It's hard. I hit the mute button.
I want to put my piano on organ mode. Yeah. That nigga soul. Gotta cash out.
And I really wanna know. I was
Of course,
we're recording.
And it was played on another instrument as well.
The cello.
Was it a cello?
Oh, let me see if it's the same video I saw. No, that's not the video I saw.
Shit, this guy's on the sax, no? Or is this trumpet?
Is that an oboe?
Is that an oboe?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
It's getting to the point where I'm like, what?
Let me play this.
Let me see if I can find the other one I was looking at.
Okay, hold on.
Yo, that shit went Arabian Nights all of a sudden.
You know when you sing the American anthem? He's doing it a lot for the land.
Was that Kurt? Was it? Fergie? The Fergie intro? Oh, we're recording. We still recording.
Like 3 minutes. Walk by so I switch that. Okay. So I definitely got to learn it on the piano now.
You definitely do.
I mean, that just confirms that.
Yep. I can't find the cello version, but there was a cello version as well, I saw.
True that. Did you hear about Shia LaBeouf?
What do you do?
He apparently is writing... Shia Shia LaBeouf wrote a movie based on the life of Kevin Abstract.
Oh, okay. You write a movie on someone else's life.
¿Por qué no? Your boy, Larry Fitz.
Yes, that's my boy. Shout out to Arizona Cardinals.
Larry Fitzgerald. You love to see this. You love hearing about black ownership. This definitely could have gone in the shout-out section as well. Larry Fitzgerald has purchased a minority stake in the Phoenix Suns.
Hey.
I love this move. I do think Phoenix is going to be an extremely valuable franchise.
They're going to be good.
Very soon. And I think that the league is pushing for Phoenix to become a good franchise.
Yeah, they started the season hot and then they kind of cooled down.
Yeah, they definitely kind of cooled down. But you know what, man? I think it's time that we cool down as well.
I have one more thing.
Damn it.
You know,
I had the perfect segue, but go ahead.
You know James Gordon?
James Corden? Yeah, I see that.
I only saw a screenshot of it, but he's not even driving the car.
Bro, you have to see it. So the video is like, oh, you and Justin Bieber, da-da-da-da-da. And the man's being carried.
Yo, it changes the
way
way
I view
Grammy.
It, man. I mean, that shit won an Oscar.
It changes give them back.
Golden Globe or whatever?
Whatever. One of those white people awards.
Anyways, man, speaking of cooling off, because I'm still rolling with that,
I like it.
Please do one thing. Cue that music so we can get out of here. Because with that being said, that will bring us to the end, the unfortunate end of another episode of the True North Views podcast. It's been a good one. It's been a fun one. Episode 90, we ask one favor of you guys. Please continue that conversation by telling a friend, to tell 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 a friend. You already know what it is. The 6 degrees of separation. You know what I'm saying? Now, as usual, I go by the name of Harris.
And I'm the Skirt Master, Mr. Triple Double No Assist, stealing 64 mil from the TTC. I hop the turnstile because I'm an NBA champion. You already know who I am. Just Shola.
And please, before we officially sign off, tell them that number one rule.
Yo, watch out for the wastemans.
Watch out for the motherfucking wastemans. Now, I don't say it's get it anymore, so I'm going to say we are out of here. We appreciate you guys listening. If you made it to this point, you're super dope. And if you do hashtag, no, I'm joking. I was going to, freestyle some shit. But anyways, man, we are out of here. We appreciate it. True North Views Podcast, episode 90. Peace.